singular in terms of gender and as well as a person. For example, let's see here, every student is expected to put in his best. Every student is expected to put in his best. We the one who are not supposed to say like that, because every student means here we're going to talk about each and every individual. So you cannot point out, or you cannot blindly take only one pronoun, that is his. If you are going for this kind of mistakes, if you're going to write the answer just like this, you're going to get 0 mark for this question. So how are we supposed to say them? So this is how you have to tell. Every student is expected to put in his or her best. See here, the difference is here. We just used only his, and but here we also used her, because every student, we said there might be boys and girls in the classroom. So that's the reason we have used this expression, these pronouns on behalf of every student, which is actually referred as a person as well as gender. So before we go get into these topics, and let's see the rules that we actually learned. So according to our first rule, don't forget that. So don't forget, so the first rule is here. The first rule is here. If the singular noun, if the sentence of the subject, if the sentence of the subject in singular noun, or if it is a singular noun, we're going to use plural, a singular pronoun. That is what we are seeing here. So the subject is here John Wesley, and he is singular, so that's the reason we used a singular pronoun. And he is a singular, so that's the reason we used a singular pronoun. So according to our first rule, that is what we have to learn. And according to our second rule, if the subject of a sentence is in plural, if the subject of a sentence noun is in plural, you have to use a plural pronoun. Let's see the example here. So you already gone through it, but for your better understanding, I'm telling you this. The jury members gave their individual opinions. So jury members is a plural one, so that's the reason we used plural form of the pronoun. So when we are using them, don't get confused at the time of examination. So remember the subject, or which subject that they are using. If they are using a singular, it's okay. If you are going for plural, it's okay. But you have to make sure singular noun supposed to be taken only singular pronoun, and a plural pronoun supposed to be taken only plural pronoun. So apart from these two, sometimes even this pronoun must also agree with this person and as well as gender. So we are the people who every time does the mistake like this, because we are habituated and we were not taught these things earlier classes. So that's the reason. Now you learn. Now you learn. When you're going for any kind of examinations, or when you're writing a letter, or when you're talking about anything, make sure you should not make any mistake. Okay, especially when it comes to your writing part. So that's the reason. Do not write now onwards. If I'm not mistaken, most of you might have written like this, but or you might have seen the sentences which were actually written just like this in some books, or the faculty who actually spoke or uttered the sentences just like that. But I'm telling you one thing, that we are completely away from that. So that is the reason we the people supposed to be careful when we are using the sentences. So this is how you have to say. Every student is expected to put in his or her best. That is how it has to be. So when it comes, let's see an exercise, and then we'll finish it up, right? So everybody in the lab was ready to complete a dash assignment. So everybody, so remember one thing, my dear, according to the subject of the sentence, according to the subject of this noun, so we had the pronoun supposed to be taken into account. So everybody in the lab was ready to complete his or her assignment. Are you going to say everybody in the lab was ready to complete his assignment? Are you going to say everybody in the lab was ready to complete her assignment? Which one you are going to? Yeah, absolutely. Just now we discussed here. Just now we discussed. The pronouns not only agree with that singular or plural noun, it also supposed to agree with the person and as well as gender. So here everybody is the one which where we supposed to use his or her the pronouns. Got it? Right. Sometimes, second one. Sometimes students may want to improve dash grades in a particular course. So who are here? Are we going to use their or themselves? sometimes students may want to improve their grades in a particular course, or are you going to say sometimes students may want to improve themselves grades in a particular course? If I'm not mistaken, you might have got the answer when I'm pronouncing them, because if you are using themselves there, that have taken for granted, it sounds too odd, but still people are there who's going to use it. Better avoid it. Okay, right. If cars are not, third one, if cars are not serviced regularly, dash will consume more fuel. So here, if cars are not serviced regularly, it will consume more fuel. Or you're going to say if cars are not serviced regularly, it will consume more fuel. So which one you are going for? Make sure that if cars are not serviced regularly, it will consume more fuel. So it is not it. So we the people make sure and go according to that. And the last one is here, last one. No matter how wiki tried, Dash could not execute the program. So no matter how wiki tried, they could not execute the program. Is that the answer that you're going to pick up? Are you going to pick up no matter how wiki tired, he could not execute the program. So if you people are going or opting for a room, if I'm not mistaken, if at all you wanted to opt that one, so make sure according to our rule, wiki is a singular, isn't that? Wiki is a singular, so that's the reason we have to use singular pronoun. So wiki is not a plural to take up, right? So no matter how wiki tried, he could not execute the program. That is how it has to be. And let's see one more exercise. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you're all seeing that. Yeah, fine. See, during early rehearsals, an actor may forget dash lines. So during early rehearsals, an actor may forget dash lines. So are you going to say during early rehearsal, an actor may forget his or her lines? Are you going to say an actor may forget their lines? Which one you are going for? Which one you're actually opting for? That matters a lot. The first one, yeah, absolutely. As you told, that the answer is his or her. So during the early rehearsals, an actor may forget his or her lines. Very good. Next, the Washington team was opportunistic. Dash took advantage of break, every break. So, are you going to use the Washington was opportunistic? It took advantage of every break, or are you going to say the Washington team was opportunistic? They took advantage of every break. Now, we are not going to use they or here, but we're going to use this one it. So this is how it goes. The Washington team was opportunistic. It took advantage of every break. That is how it has to be. Next, third one. Moving on to the third one. Just check it out. So a person need to see dash dentist twice a year. So we the people, when we are picking it up, we have to be very careful, right? So which one you are going for? How many of you are going for his or her, and how many of you are going for their? So we the people who supposed to be careful in choosing the right option, right? We are not going to say a person needs to see their dentist twice a year. So person is a singular, we have to use singular pronoun. So a person needs to see his or her uh, dentist twice a year. This is how it has to go. Next, the committee members put dash signatures on the document. So we the people who are supposed to be careful here. So committee members is a plural one, so we're going to use plural pronoun. The committee members put their signature on the document. Next one, if any one of the sisters needs a ride, sorry, needs if any one of the sisters needs a ride, dash can call me. So we the people, now we're going to pick up. Let's see. If any one of the sisters needs a ride, they can call me. Are you going to say if any one of the sisters needs a ride, she can call me? So we cannot go for they. Any one of the sisters. Do not consider that sisters is a plural. Any whenever we have one of, if the sentence of the subject started with one of, make sure the noun supposed to be in plural and it takes only the singular verb, just like that. It is going or here. So this is how you have to tell. If any one of the sisters needs a ride, she can call me. That is how it has to be. And next one, when someone has been drinking, dash may drive poorly. And which one you are going for? Right, right. If I'm not mistaken, you the people who are going to pick up the right answer. So when someone has been drinking, yeah, as you said, he or she may drive poorly. That is how it has to be. If the board of directors controls the company, Dash may vote for a rise. So we the people now have to understand, right? Very good, very good. So if the board of directors controls the company, it may opt for a rise, or they may opt for a rise. So you the one now, you have to decide which one actually goes for. All right. Next one. Neither the pilot nor the attendants gave dash opinion about the mishap. So we have to be careful here. So we don't say neither the pilot nor the attendants gave his or opinion, but we should say their opinion. So they are the people. So the pilot and as well as the attendants are different people. So that's the reason we have to use plural pronoun. And next one is here. Each of these companies had dash books audited. So which one you are going to pick up? Is this there? Are you going to pick up its? So each of these companies had its books audited. That is how it has to be, right? Some of the China has lost its business, its luster or their luster. So obviously its luster, it's not their luster. So whenever we are having to write these noun-pronoun agreements, we have to be very careful how we actually kept ourselves more conscious when we are doing subject-verb agreement. The same thing has to be followed. The same thing has to be the same precaution supposed to be taken when it comes to noun-pronoun agreement. So this is what is all about the topic called noun-pronoun agreement. And if you still have any other doubts regarding to this topic, you can ping me on WhatsApp or else give me a call. So I'm ready to share the I'm ready to clarify all your doubts, and as well as if you got any other queries. Right? Thank you. Till then, be safe.